If I offered you two choices right now, $10,000 today or $10,000 1 year from now, most people shrug and say, same money. But by the end of this video, you'll see why one of those options can quietly make you richer and the other can quietly keep you broke, even though the numbers look identical. Imagine you find a $100 bill on the sidewalk today, and your friend says, cool, I'll give you $100, but next year. That sounds the same, right? But it isn't. And that's the whole idea of the time value of money. Money right now is usually worth more than the same amount later because money today can grow, and money later can't go back in time and help you in the meantime. So let's make this super clear with a simple story. Picture a tiny lemonade stand. You've got $100 to work with. If you use it today, you can buy lemons, sugar, cups, and a sign and start making sales. If someone delays paying you that $100 for a year, you lose a whole year of lemonade profits. That lost chance is a big deal, and it connects to opportunity cost, which is just a fancy way of saying, when you choose one option, you give up the benefits of the other option. If you spend your $100 on a video game today, you can't also invest it and let it grow. So every money choice has a trade-off, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Now let's talk about interest, because interest is basically the growth engine that makes today's money more valuable. There are two main flavors, simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest is the easy one. You earn interest only on the original amount, called the principal. So if you put $100 into something paying 10% simple interest per year, you earn $10 each year. After 1 year, you have $110. After 2 years, you have $120. After 3 years, $130, and so on. It grows in a straight line, like stacking the same number of blocks every year. Compound interest is different because you earn interest on your interest. That means the growth gets faster over time. Using the same $100 at 10% compound interest per year, after 1 year, you have $110. But in year two, you earn 10% on $110, not $100. So you earn $11 instead of $10, and now you have $121. Then year three, you earn 10% on $121, which is $12.10, and you land at $133.10. That extra on interest is what makes compounding so powerful. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. Small at first, then bigger, then suddenly you're like, wait, how did it get this huge? And compounding isn't just once per year. It can happen annually, monthly, daily, or even continuously. Annual compounding means you add interest one time per year. Monthly compounding means you add interest every month. So your money starts earning interest on those little monthly interest chunks sooner. For example, if something says 12% interest per year, annual compounding means it might add all 12% at the end of the year. Monthly compounding means it adds 1% each month. It sounds like it should be the same, but monthly usually ends up giving you a slightly higher total because each month's interest starts earning interest in the months after it. Think of it like this. If you only water a plant once a year, it grows, but slowly. If you water it a little every month, it stays growing all year long, and you end up with a healthier plant. Continuous compounding is the math fantasy version, where compounding happens nonstop, every tiny fraction of a second. In real life, banks don't literally calculate every instant, but continuous compounding is useful in finance because it sets the upper limit, like saying, if you compounded as often as possible, this is what it would look like. Now here's where people get tricked. You'll see interest numbers like APR and APY, and they sound similar, but they are not the same thing. APR stands for annual percentage rate, and you can think of it as the simple yearly rate before compounding effects are fully counted in the way people feel them. APY stands for annual percentage yield, and that's the one that includes the effect of compounding. So it tells you what you actually earn in a year when interest is being added over and over. If a savings account says 5% APR compounded monthly, your APY will be slightly higher than 5% because you're earning interest on interest each month. So when you're saving or investing, APY is often the more honest number for how much you'll really get. When you're borrowing, lenders often advertise APR because it looks a bit smaller and cleaner. But what you pay can feel bigger depending on fees and how the interest is applied. Bottom line, APR is like the sticker price. APY is closer to the price after the compounding magic is included. So we've covered growth going forward. Now let's flip the direction. What if you're promised money in the future? How much is that worth today? That's discounting, and it's basically compounding in reverse. If compounding answers, if I invest today, how much will I have later? Then discounting answers, if I get money later, what is it worth today? This is where present value and future value come in. Future value, or FV, is the amount you'll have later after growth. Present value, or PV, is what a future amount is worth in today's dollars after you discount it back. Here's an easy example. Suppose your friend says, I'll give you $110 one year from now, and you could earn 10% interest if you had the money today. Then $110 in 1 year is worth $100 today, because $100 growing at 10% becomes 110s. So PV is $100, FV is $110, and the interest rate is the bridge between them. This matters because companies and people make decisions all the time about future cash, like getting paid over time, buying a car with monthly payments, taking a loan, or investing in something that pays off later. Discounting helps you compare those future dollars to today's dollars in a fair way. Let's bring it back to the lemonade stand. Imagine someone offers you two deals. Deal A is $500 today. Deal B is $600 one year from now. Which is better? Most people hear $600 and think, more money, obviously better. But if you can invest money at 20% per year because your lemonade stand is booming, then $500 today could turn into $600 in a year anyway. In that case, deal A and deal B might be equal. And if you could earn more than 20%, deal A is actually better because $500 today could grow to more than $600 by next year. That right there is opportunity cost again. Taking the future money means giving up what you could earn during the wait. The interest rate you choose, sometimes called a discount rate when you're going backward, represents what you could reasonably earn elsewhere, or how risky the future money is. Safer money gets discounted less. Riskier money gets discounted more because there's a bigger chance you won't actually get it. Now, let's tie all these pieces together with one clean mental picture. Think of money like fruit. Money today is fresh fruit you can eat or plant right now. If you plant it, meaning you invest it, it can grow into a bigger harvest later. That's compounding. Money promised in the future is like fruit someone says they'll deliver next season. Maybe it's more fruit, but you can't eat it today. You can't plant it today, and you don't even know for sure it arrives on time in perfect condition. So you discount it to figure out what it's really worth right now. PV is the value of that future fruit today. FV is how much fruit you'll have later if you plant what you have now. So how do you use this in real life without turning into a calculator? Here are the practical takeaways in plain language. First, compounding rewards time. Starting earlier is powerful because interest has more chances to stack on top of interest. Second, compounding frequency matters. Monthly usually beats annual, and continuous is the theoretical max. Third, know the difference between simple and compound interest, because compound can make savings grow faster, but can also make debt grow scarier. Fourth, APR and APY are not twins. APY shows the real growth you earn from compounding, while APR is often the base rate people advertise. Fifth, discounting helps you judge future money fairly. And PV and FV are just the today version and future version of the same money story. And finally, opportunity cost is always in the background whispering, what else could you do with that money? Because every time you choose one money path, you are closing the door on another. To wrap this up, the time value of money is basically a reminder that time is not neutral. Time either helps your money grow or makes you miss chances. If you remember only one thing, remember this: money now is a tool. Money later is a promise. Compounding is what makes the tool stronger over time. Discounting is how you judge the promise in today's terms. And opportunity cost is the price you pay for waiting or choosing the wrong path. And once you see money this way, decisions like saving, borrowing, investing, and even picking between job offers start to feel a lot clearer. Because you're not just comparing dollars, you're comparing time. If you want more breakdowns like this, where we take money, business, and investing and make it understandable to everyone, subscribe to Vince's Finances. Hit the like button so more people stop getting tricked by bad math. And drop a comment of what topic you would like me to cover and what to improve in the videos to help make it enjoyable for you.